I created a bestseller on Etsy using Claude, and here are the 4 things that I learned. So I've only been using Claude for about a month and a half now. Feel incredibly behind coming from ChatGPT, to be honest. First things first, Claude is a whole lot better, but if you're using all this API stuff, it gets more expensive. And I'm not that tech guy, I'm not that tech nerd where I know every single thing, but I keep maxing out on my usage rights and I had to go to the more expensive plan. And if you're not the best at prompting, you're going to have a whole lot of back and forth. So it did get a little bit more expensive than I thought it would. But anyways, I'll show you the product and the sales towards the end. But first things first, Claude isn't necessarily the answer. And what do I mean by that? A lot of people are going on ChatGPT, going on Claude, and thinking that it's going to solve all of their problems. It's still about the user. It's still the person who's coming on here, giving it the prompts, giving it the direction that it actually needs. Saying things like, give me the top niches or the top best products to focus on, it's not the way to go. It's not going to work. It's honestly the worst thing that you could possibly do. You still have to have a foundation, understanding of what you're using it for. If you're using it to get sales, you have to know how to get sales without the platform to begin with, to be honest. If you're getting sales and you have problems in between getting those sales, maybe your workflow, your systems, your design process, something that has leaks and holes and you just need to fix it and patch it and figure out a seamless workflow, then you probably know the questions that you need to ask ChatGPT or Claude so that it can build these systems for you. Number 2, don't try to build the wildest things up front just yet. You know, a lot of people are coming on to Claude trying to build the automated product scraping, design creating, product listing, product fulfillment, service, dashboard system that you could possibly create, the craziest, wildest thing, right? And honestly, this is going to overwhelm you because as you build this out, there's so many small, minor things that you probably could not predict to do right. And you know, as you build it out, these are things that you could tell them to put in place for you, right? So I'm gonna give you a quick example of like this dashboard that I built real quick. For example, this is something that we use internally, a dashboard that we built out for our, our team to use for selling on Etsy, right? And as you can see, like it's as simple as this one little arrow. Like, we built this whole thing out and then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't have anything to sort this by. And, at first it was just like, we need something to sort it by. So this is an example of, are you a good person of giving prompts, right? Because at first I was just like, give me this little arrow that we can use. And then next thing I was like, I need orders sorted by 48 hours, 7 days. And those are just 1-2 prompts. Instead, a great prompter would have asked something like, what are all the typical dashboard problems that, someone has whenever it comes to creating a platform like this? Like when it comes to sorting it or showing by days, what are some features that other tools use? And then it lists out every single thing that we could have implemented. Then we tell it to implement it instead of us just telling it one thing at a time. So it's still dependent on how great you are at building things. And once again, at the same time, if you try to do everything at once, it's going to overwhelm you. Trying to build out the product scraping, the design creation, and so forth. And at a certain point, you're probably going to be so invested in creating something amazing, you never even get to the point of making it actually work anyways. And if you don't even know how to generate sales without Claude to begin with, then you probably just need to start with the basics. You probably don't need all of this yet. You need to start with understanding how to create the foundational best listing item when it comes to selling on Etsy. Maybe the basics of doing product research selling on Etsy. Maybe practicing on your great eye for design when it comes to selling on Etsy. Just because you have a design background or maybe you aesthetically understand what great designs look like, you might not know what a great design looks like for Etsy's primary customer base or whatever niche you are selecting and the audience that is searching for that particular item. So when it came to building things out using Claude, I used it for bits and pieces first, Then I built out a custom dashboard for me and my team for the research items that we use on Google Sheets that pulls it straight to the dashboard so that, my team can upload the design here and then it can go straight to the Printify integration. And, that is one thing I want to say is Printify, they give you direct API access very quickly. Unlike other platforms, sometimes you got to request the key, request the code, but, with Printify and API access, that was awesome. If you don't know what Printify is, they print and ship your products for you. For example, if you upload a design, how is the product getting fulfilled? It's getting fulfilled by Printify. They have their network of printers. They're going to print the product. They'll ship the product to your customer. And of course, I have to mention that for my new viewers, because anytime I don't mention what Printify is, I get the comments down below. But this is your product fulfillment side, okay? So this is how, you can just focus on the research, supplying the products. I mean, not supplying the products, well, supplying the designs for the product, and then they'll handle the product fulfillment side. And they have a range of multiple different types of products. And for those of you guys who are watching, I do have my own code with Printify at the moment. Sometimes it runs out, so use it while you can. It's HUSTLENINJAS, and it gives you the premium plan for 30 days for free. Okay, so as you can see, I really just use Claude to build out a simple dashboard with some API integrations, and I give my own team login access so they can access it as well. But I'm not even at the point where I use Claude to create the designs. I'm still taking my time, and I'm still taking steps. Here's the thing, once again, it's still about the user and the user giving it the best directions possible. And I'll get back to the designs in just a second. And now, number 3, AI is not going to override the demand of whatever platform you are using. Okay, so what I mean by that is Etsy still rewards the demand. You can't use AI or Claude or ChatGPT to create the demand for the actual product. Meaning, give me the best top niches, create the design for that niche, putting it out there. How do you know there's the demand for it to begin with? At the end of the day, Etsy's still a search-based marketplace. You still need products people actually want. A bad product with AI is still a bad product, okay? AI can help you move faster. AI can help you test more. AI can help you organize ideas, but it can't force buyers to care what you are actually creating. So once again, back to root 1, which is, I see all these Claude videos, I see all these great AI videos, but a lot of people are using it the wrong way, which is the reason why I want to make this video the way that it is. Because if you don't understand the foundation prior, then it's going to be difficult for you to use Claude to create it for what you really need it for, which is getting sales to begin with. It's great for the workflows, it's great for the systems, but if you haven't had success outside of using Claude yet on Etsy or doing print on demand, then you're probably wasting hours and hours and hours trying to build something out that might not even work. So remember, it's still a tool and it's not a replacement for you. Which brings me to my point of number 4 is Claude still needs direction. So, I could do all these things, but especially when it comes to design, right? Lots of people are using AI for designs right now. And with Etsy's creative policy, you can use AI for designs as long as the prompt's originally yours. But here's the thing, your experience is still your advantage. Your eye for design is still going to be the best use for your advantage. You can tell Claude to create a best-selling design, and whatever niche it is, it's going to create the best-selling design that Claude thinks it is, not what you think is supposed to be. Okay, so you still need to understand what the audience wants, what the audience sees, and what you're supposed to create for that actual audience. The thing is, you still need to understand the right mockups that's working, the product selection that's actually working, the creatives behind it, beyond just the actual design, the packaging of it. You still need to be able to understand all that so you could give the prompt to it so that it could actually work for you. My biggest thing on top of all of this is the fact that customers, they purchase with emotions and they purchase with their feelings. AI does not have emotions. AI does not have feelings. So how can you tell it to create something that's, that the customer could potentially love and want? You still need to give it that feeling, that emotion that comes from you. So that's where the prompt really comes from. You still ultimately have the power to create the right design. AI really just lowered the skill barrier, but not the effort barrier. You still need to put in the work, you still need to put in the effort, but the amount of skill that it takes to create a design, that learning curve has decreased significantly, but it has decreased so much that people think that's the answer. And then they put it to work and they realize it doesn't work. And then they blame everything but themselves, as always, unfortunately. So stop trying to use AI to replace strategy and use it. The way that you could really win is just by using it as more so of an assistant, like a really good assistant, one that could build your dashboards and connect API integrations and do all this crazy stuff that I'm not capable of doing. Once again, it's just a skill thing. I know what I want it to do, but I'm unable to do these types of things. And I feel incredibly behind, but honestly, a lot of things that we do still works. It's just the way that we work. We have our team in place, selling on Etsy. We've done multiple $100,000 months on Etsy, but there are some things we could polish up here and there. And if you're already making sales, I'm sure there's some things that you could polish up so that it takes less time doing and you can focus on more volume of listings, designs, and which eventually leads to more sales. All right, so you know, you probably thought you're gonna see a product like we've shown in the past where a product is done $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, whatever, right? This one's only done $1,200, and you know, if you reverse search the cost of the product, you could probably figure out what it is, especially by searching on Printify. But regardless though, you know, we just used our systems. This was one of the ones that we used to list from our new system using Claude. We listed about 10 products. One of them took off, which was this one, and we're still using it now. So you know, we'll see what else happens. But this was the first batch of 10 listings that we listed from there. And it's still, Etsy's algorithm still works the same. Kind of tested the sale right here. It worked. Let's see if this person ships on time. Yeah, let's test them again. Okay, cool. They're actually working. You know, they're doing everything in their power to get the listing sold. We're improving the listing, images, making sure that more people actually convert. And then all of a sudden, Etsy kind of gives us more and more exposure and exposure. So once again, outside of this, like creating the product was not necessarily completely about Claude. We just kind of use Claude to polish up our systems. But going forward, I'm gonna see what I could actually do to build the full automation. But you know, what our manual automation still works. Like, you know, we have our team working here and this is our process and we can still step away from the business. Cool. And how do I prove this works? You know, I've taught multiple students on how this works. You know, once again, I have a student right here, star seller, another student right here in 1 quarter, 3 months, $85,000 in sales. Another student right here in just 1 quarter, 3 months, $249,000 in sales. Another student here, officially have over 20 orders. Another student here just made another sale. Our student here, he actually just got our 100K plaque. He did 100K in less than a year, 11 sales this weekend. Now he's still young. The list goes on. Okay, it's more important to know what works prior to the AI. So, you know, if you want to work with me, go ahead and click the link down below. If you need Printify, I got that link down below as well. I guess I'll post Claude link down below as well if you need Claude. But the point is, you have to be in the point where you believe everything works, and you just have to understand that you could be the problem. Okay, so you know that sounds crazy, but maybe you're on this video looking for an answer and you're probably looking for a certain tool or a certain thing that's going to get you there. At the end of the day, the product research tools work, the print-on-demand systems work, the AI systems, everything works, but it's all about how you use it. So spend time on each tool that you're probably using right now and think about the way that you're using it and how you could look at it and use it differently. Whenever you start taking self-accountability, you could go a whole lot further. Okay, so I hope this video helped. It's a little different, I would say, than typical, but if this video helped, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.